So I often say to people, I says, hey listen, why don't you wait 6 months? 6 months goes by like nothing. If such and such card is still expensive, then I'll eat my own shirt. And then every single day I eat a shirt with ketchup, and that's how you get your fiber, brother. Warhammer 40K was one of my favorite sets in 2022, one of my favorite sets probably all time. So well done. It legitimized the universes beyond concept for a lot of people. Additionally, the cards were good. The original designs were creative, flavorful, and fun to build around. So what happened since release? What happened in the past 9 months? They released in September, and I was shocked to learn that the most expensive card in the set is under $9. So let's talk about these cards, let's explore their relative merit and elucidate the current prices. But first, make sure you like and subscribe, brother, because the Emperor really doesn't need 1,000 psychers per day to get sacrificed to remain on the golden throne. He just needs a buttload of engagement. That's what I need too. That's the secret for eternal life, brother. So listen, let's go through the top most expensive cards. I'm going to ignore the surge foils here because those prices are kind of all over the place. I generally ignore foils when buying singles anyway because they turn into pretzels when exposed to 1 nanogram of the atmosphere. That's the caveat for this little video. I also may fleetingly mention the reprints, but I want to concentrate on the banging original designs. Alright, first up, and the most expensive card in this entire set is Shadow in the Warp. This Gruul enchantment does a lot, dude. It's a cost reducer and a tax piece for your opponents for 3 mana. It's just a guy doing internet searches on the dark web. Look, that's what happens when you do those internet searches, dude. Your brain explodes. $8 for this little gem. It's 1 green and a red for an enchantment. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. That's fantastic right there for 3 mana. Whenever an opponent casts their first not-creature spell each turn, Shadow in the Warp deals 2 damage to that player. Fantastic card, dude. Coming in at number 2, we have the Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch. Yeah, 2 blue and a red for a creature demon. It's a 2/4, has Sorcerer's Inspiration. Of course it does, dude. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Also has the Fire of Tzeentch. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this guy deals 1 damage to each opponent. The key with this card is that it gets you your little utility spells and cantrips, and the Spell Slinger deck gets them right back to your hand, dude. This is card advantage if you untap with it. And that Magecraft trigger can be a massive drain if you're storming off, brother. Fittingly, this is about $6.66, the number of the beast. Alright, man, then you have the old Scepter of Eternal Glory. 4 generic mana for a legendary artifact, has tap, add 1 mana of any color, boo. And then it has tap, add 3 mana of any one color. Activate only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name. This is also $6. This is a Gilded Lotus for 1 cheaper, and in the right deck, this rocks, dude. I can see this going in a ton of mono-color decks, 2-color decks maybe. People still play 4 mana rocks that tap for 2, brother. And they shall know no fear. 1 and a white for an instant. Choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. This is an interesting one. It's $6 right now and is a kind of aggressive combat trick. It's cheap at 2 mana and is an instant. I like this card. I don't see myself using this in many decks, but it's bumping in the right deck. Alright, now we're getting into my type of card, dude. The Bloodthirster. 5 and a red for a creature demon with flying and trample. It's a 6/6, dude. Whenever this guy deals combat damage to a player, untap it. After this combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. Bloodthirster can't attack a player it's already attacked this turn. The art on this thing doesn't really do this massive apex demon of Khorne much justice, dude. That little guy with the 2-handed sword is a 9-foot tall Terminator. So Bloodthirster is basically the size of a house with an attic, dude. This is under $6, was $16 at one point. So basically you can get up to 3 combats per turn, which is a mechanic that's built around all the time. You get your combat triggers 3 times, you get your damage triggers 3 times. This is plenty powerful and is a steal at $6. I have no idea how to pronounce this, so I'm going to say Biophagus. It's a 1 and a green for a creature, human Tyranid wizard. It's a 1/3 with genomic enhancement, dude. He's out there hanging out with Bill Gates, bro. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. If this mana is spent to cast a creature spell, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And he's basically a GlaxoSmithKline, right? GlaxoSmithKline, get it? This is the best 2 mana dork, hands down, bar none, for your +1/+1 counter stacks. He looks like a guy I saw at the local store the other day with a big forehead, dude. Think of this with the bunches of hardened scales effects out there, and you're in business, brother. Look at this guy out there terrorizing the streets of France right now. The Red Terror is 3 and a red for a legendary creature, Tyranid. It's a 4/3. Has advanced species. Whenever a red source deals damage to 1 or more permanents and or players, put a +1/+1 counter on this little guy. Well, this guy combos with a couple things, but I'm not a massive fan. $450 for this guy looks like my dang mother-in-law. Come on, dude. You got the Garrison Starn Kellermorph, 1 red and a blue for a legendary creature. Tyrannid human, it's at 3/2. Has Ward 2. Also has 3 auto stubs, buddy. Whenever another source you control deals exactly 1 damage to a permanent or player, this guy deals 2 damage to that permanent or player. This was $12 for a while. I guess everybody got one that wanted one, and now it's under $4. Really great build around. I don't know why it was so expensive to begin with. I think people just saw this and their imaginations went wild. And he looks cool with his extra arms and a sweet bald head, dude. If you didn't get one, now's a great time. And coming in at 9th most expensive is Celestine the Living Saint. I don't know if it's Celestine or Celestine, dude. I'm not from this planet. 4 and a white for a legendary creature, human warrior. It's a 3/4 with flying and lifelink. Has healing tears, dude, just like your mother. At the beginning of your end step, return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. It's under $4. This is a human, fits in human decks, including the new Lord of the Rings stuff. Looks like an angel, but it's a human, dude, just like old Nicky G here. Cool thing about this is that its floor is a 3 mana value reanimator. The ceiling in a life gain deck is obviously much higher. Great card, dude. Alright, the 10th most expensive card in this set is called Biotransference. 2 black for an enchantment. Creatures you control are artifacts in addition to their other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you lose 1 life and you create a 2/2 black Necron Warrior artifact creature token, brother. Now this is number 10 most valuable card in the set. That last ability is really good in an artifact deck. Brothers War stuff just came out right around this time, and this is a great payoff for that. Fantastic. Alright, that's the top 10 most expensive original designs in the set. There are some bangers here, but we ain't done, brother. What about Nicky G's top 10 aside from the top most expensive? Let's get into that, brother. The Keeper of Secrets, 5 and a red for a creature demon. It's a 6/4 with first strike and haste. Has Symphony of Pain, just like your ex-girlfriend, dude. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this guy deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to target opponent. To look upon one is to surrender every last shred of self-will, dude, also like your ex-girlfriend. So this counts your commander, pays off cast from exile, casting from the graveyard. This has tons of synergy, brother. Plus, it's just a saucy demon, looks like a female bodybuilder, dude, which some people like that look, I don't know. Maybe took a few too many micrograms of Trembolone, brother. This is $3, approaching bulk price right now. Then you have the Reaver Titan out there. He's reaving and cleaving, dude. 7 generic mana for an artifact vehicle. It's a 10/10. Has Void Shields, protection from mana value 3 or less. Read the rulings on this thing. Gatling Blaster. Whenever Reaver Titan attacks, it deals 5 damage to each opponent. Pretty rad, dude. Has Crew 4. This is a monster, dodges efficient removal. If your opponents are running good cards, good removal, this is sticking around. Also, it's hard to block. Vehicles are kind of an underloved archetype, and this is your curve topper in those decks. $2, man. How about the old Vexilus Praetor? 3 and a white for a creature Custodes Warrior. It's a 3/4 with flash and vigilance. Has Aegis of the Emperor. Commanders you control have protection from everything, dude. This guy is Captain Too Much Armor out there. It takes him 25 minutes to get to the dang fridge when the Emperor wants a Go-Gurt. This was another $16 hype to the moon card. In reality, it's just very good. It's not, the most amazing card in the universe. The creature types are irrelevant. That kind of holds it back a little bit, but if you build around your commander and you're in white, this having flash makes it pretty incredible. Alright, I'm going to group these two together, but Crypto Thrall and Canoptek Spider are really good role players in the artifact creature / vehicle archetype. These fit in so many decks, and they're both $2 and change, dude. The Spider is also a beefy flyer. I have no idea why it flies. Oh man, I know that this one flies, dude. It's a Thunderhawk gunship. 6 generic mana for an artifact vehicle. It's a 6/6 with flying. Whenever this guy enters the battlefield, create 2 2/2 white Astartes Warrior creature tokens with vigilance. Whenever Thunderhawk Gunship attacks, attacking creatures you control gain flying until end of turn. Has Crew 2. I know why this flies, because it's a dang flying ship, brother. It brings its own crew and it gives everybody flying. Load your hobbits and your transformers aboard the Thunderhawk. This is $1.20 a present. It may not be good outside specific archetypes, but I think it's a neat card. Necron Deathmark, dude. This guy's following you through Walmart. He's got his lasers right on you. 3 black for an artifact creature. Necron, it's a 5/3 with flash. Has Synaptic Disintegrator. When this guy enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target creature, and target player mills 3 cards. This is 75 cents. I love this in these black blink archetypes, dude. If you can blink this, then you can mill everybody out, if you can do it infinitely. You can also target yourself if you're in self-mill. It's an artifact creature as well. Love this guy. Alright, next up we have the Lord of Change. 6 and a blue for a creature demon. It's a 6/6 with flying and ward 3. Has Architect of Deception. When it enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. 40 cents for this freak. And this has been a great budget reanimator target for me in games I've played with it, dude. It's just a big beast bird, brother. Alright, next up we have the Calidus Assassin. 4 blue and a black for a creature, human shapeshifter assassin. It's a 3/3 with flash. Has polymorphine. You may have this guy enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it has when this creature enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 other target creature with the same name as this creature. This also fits into humans. It's a removal spell and a clone spell all in one that you can hold up mana for in decks that want to do that. It's overcosted, but the flavor is fantastic. Okay, 2 more. We got the Primaris Eliminator. 4 and a black for a creature, Astartes Warrior. It's a 3/2. When this guy enters the battlefield, choose one. You can either destroy target creature with your executioner round, or you can creature target player controls get -2/-2 until end of turn with your hyperfrag round, dude. This can be a removal spell or a mini board wipe if you have a board full of tokens across the table, as you see fit. The guy is carrying around a sniper rifle. He's looking off into the distance. I mean, come on, dude. You can't beat that. Alright, last one, the Sister Hospitaller. She's 4 white and a black for a creature, human cleric. It's a 3/2. Has Medicus Ministorum, brother. Whenever Sister Hospitaller enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain life equal to its mana value. Listen, she says, ours is honor to honor the martyr, tend the fallen, defend the innocent, and walk always in the light. This is my day job at the hospital, brother. I take people that wanted to die a couple hours ago and force them to live whether they want me to or not. I love the flavor on this card. It's not super efficient, more of a pet card for me. And it's restricted to Orzhov. That art is metal, dude, and reflects the grim darkness of the far future. And listen, dude, I'm going to link the Scryfall search so you can click on it to see all these amazing cards for yourself. There are tons of bulk price cards that easily slot in the decks, dude, not to mention the reprints with sweet 40K art. So don't sleep on these singles, because if you do, you'll wake up like the sister here, and that probably feels not very awesome. Sneaky G from Better Commander signing off.